I never imagined I'd be the kind of man counting days instead of moments. Not days until a vacation, or a holiday, or something to look forward to. Days since the last time my wife touched me like she meant it. Days since I felt wanted in my own home. I'm Callum Reeves, 43, married 12 years to a woman named Eliza, or at least, I was married to her in every way that mattered, except the ones that slowly disappeared. When we met, Eliza was sharp and alive, the kind of woman who filled a room without trying. She teased me for being quiet, said she liked that I listened instead of performing. I worked logistics for a regional firm, long hours, steady pay. I wasn't flashy, but I was reliable. She said that made her feel safe. For a long time we were good. Not perfect, but real. We laughed, we touched, we shared a bed without invisible borders drawn between us. Somewhere along the way, the warmth cooled. Not all at once. It would have been easier if it had. Instead, it faded in small, deniable ways. She stopped reaching for me first. Then she stopped responding when I did. Kisses became routine, then optional. Nights turned into excuses disguised as exhaustion. I told myself this was normal. Life got heavier. Careers advanced. Stress piled up. I adjusted without complaint because that's what men do when they love someone. I tried everything that didn't require me to beg. I took on more at home. Cooked dinners, cleaned up without being asked, planned weekends that didn't revolve around screens. I listened when she vented. I showed up to things I didn't care about because she did. I thought effort would be met with effort. Instead, it seemed to confirm something in her that I didn't understand yet. The rejections became sharper, less apologetic. When I brushed against her in the kitchen, she stiffened. When I complimented her, she shrugged it off. When I tried to talk about us, she rolled her eyes like I was asking for something unreasonable. I wasn't asking for fireworks. I was asking not to feel invisible. There's a difference. The night it finally broke was painfully ordinary. A Wednesday. Takeout cartons on the counter. Some reality show murmuring in the background. I sat beside her, leaving space, like I'd learned to do. I asked, calmly, if we could talk. She didn't look at me when she answered. She just sighed, irritated, like I was interrupting her peace. I told her I missed being close, that I felt shut out, that I didn't know how to fix what was happening, but I wanted to try. That's when she turned, finally meeting my eyes, not with anger, but with something worse. Disdain. She said, "Be a man and stop begging for intimacy. It's pathetic." The word hung there, heavy and final. Begging. As if wanting your wife was a weakness. As if marriage came with an expiration date on desire. I didn't argue. I didn't defend myself. Something settled inside me instead. A quiet, irreversible clarity. If wanting connection made me less of a man in her eyes, then the problem wasn't my need. It was the dynamic. I nodded once and said nothing. She turned back to the television, satisfied, already done with the conversation. That night, I slept in the guest room, without ceremony. No slammed doors, no dramatic packing. Just space. The next morning, I made coffee, showered, went to work. I didn't text her. I didn't ask how her day was. Not out of spite, out of respect for what she'd told me. Stop begging. So I did. Over the following weeks, I withdrew in ways that were impossible to accuse. I was polite, civil, responsible. I paid my share, handled my obligations, kept my routines. I stopped initiating conversations that went nowhere. Stopped reaching for someone who flinched. I reclaimed my evenings, my silence, my dignity. Something shifted, not in her, in me. She noticed eventually, asked why I was distant. I told her the truth, calmly. I wasn't begging anymore. I was listening. She laughed like it was a joke, said I was being dramatic. That's when I understood. She never expected consequences, just compliance. The confirmation came by accident. A message lighting up her phone while she showered. A name I didn't recognize. A familiarity I did. I didn't confront her. I didn't need details. I didn't need proof beyond the truth I'd already been living. Desire hadn't vanished. It had relocated. And suddenly, everything made sense. I didn't explode. I didn't cry. I packed a bag that night and left a note that said only what was necessary. I'm not begging anymore. I'm done. I stayed with my brother, slept better than I had in years. Not because it didn't hurt, but because the confusion was gone. The constant erosion had stopped. Leaving wasn't about punishing her. It was about choosing myself without apology. About understanding that intimacy isn't charity, and dignity isn't negotiable. When someone tells you to be a man by shrinking, the most masculine thing you can do is walk away whole.